Are you religious?
Spiritual, I think, is the word. But so are you, aren't you, Jim?
I am very spiritual.
Yeah, I thought so.
I think you're going to like this one.
Bringing a delicate deity to the barn is Raj Joshi, who's seeking the expertise of art conservator Lucia Scalisi.
Hello.
Hello there.
How you doing, Raj? You all right?
Good, thanks.
So, what have you brought us in?
Well, something that my granddad made.
Oh, fantastic. It's a lenticular.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? A
Lenticular. It's like a little optical illusion.
The central picture
Yeah.
is the three aspects of the one god. So that's Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva.
Okay.
And then if you turn and look from one side, the goddess that you can see on this side, that's Saraswati.
Yeah.
It's the goddess of music and knowledge.
Okay.
And then on this side is Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth.
3 paintings for the price of 1.
Correct, yeah.
What religion is this?
This is Hinduism.
This is quite unusual. So, when did your grandfather make this?
I think somewhere in the 1920s, 30s in Haripur, in India.
And your granddad's name?
Ganesh.
Ganesh. So how come you've got this now?
So it was handed down to my mum, and then when my mum passed in 2019, it came to me. She got a cancer diagnosis, and she passed within a month.
Whoa.
She was a very devout Hindu, so she'd do her daily prayers. She'd have her house shrine, and this would be alongside it.
What was her name?
Kusum.
Kusum.
So after the cremation, we decided to scatter our ashes in Haripur, the town where my mum was born. There's a temple there. And then, sorry.
It's okay.
That's when it clicked that perhaps my grandfather had made this to replicate the one that was in the Haripur temple. That has these kind of slats.
Yeah.
He was working in the temple. The term for it is pujari, so the person who does the maintenance and housekeep of the shrines.
Oh, wow.
So it just reminds me of my grandfather and my mother, how strong their faith was. That it's such a beautiful piece.
Oh, magical.
It is. What would you like Lucia to do to this? What do you want it to look like?
Well, work your magic, kind of. but get it back to its original state and cleaning the glass so you can see it cleanly from both sides. Yeah.
Okay. Structurally, it looks pretty good, stable inside, but it's definitely very dirty. It's obviously got a little micro-environment going on in there. Lots of little inhabitants.
Yeah. They found their way in there. It just said away.
Yeah, the back of the frame has come away slightly, which is where I think they got in.
Oh, yes.
And then the frame?
Well, if it can be tidied up, that would be great.
Listen, thank you for bringing this in.
It'll be a real pleasure to work on this for you, Raj.
Great.
You take care now.
Cheers.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Take care.
Ooh, what secrets does this hold? This is an interesting object, but I can't really consider the actual image too much until I get a closer look at it. It's just too dirty at the moment. I mean, it's absolutely full of dead spiders and stuff down here. I'm going to have to go in to the back of the painting and see what the construction is like. They're quite long. Right, OK, that one's out now. Oops, that's one. Oh my word, look at that. It's absolutely charming. Oh, do you know, it makes such a difference being able to see it and see the instruments that she's playing. There's some delamination on these strips and it's separating a bit. I will put some starch paste in these and clamp them together, and that will fix those. But as they've moved over the decades, they pull the colour up off the back print. But I can actually retouch those bits. So first thing, get the dust and dirt out. It's going to be such a difference for the family to see this back in the box and be able to read it properly and be excited by it. And yeah, it's great.
Next to arrive is Aisling Madden, with a small keepsake of huge importance. It's a job for goldsmith Richard Talman.
Hello.
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 How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very good. You've come in here kind of empty-handed.
I have brought you something. I have brought you a locket. Very prized possession piece, very sentimental piece.
It's nice. Whose is this?
So this is my locket. My grandparents gave it to me when I was born.
Right.
And there's some engraving on the back too. A bit difficult to see that. I've always worn it. It's always been known as something that's part and parcel with me.
So by the looks of it, it's got your name at the top and granddad and nanny?
Nana.
Nana. Nana, yes.
What's their names?
Dennis and Joan.
Dennis and Joan. Okay. Are they still with us?
So my granddad is, but my grandma isn't.
Okay. Did you spend a lot of time with your grandparents then?
Yeah, so actually my grandparents are Irish, and we would go to and from Ireland all the time, every holiday. I spent a lot of time with them. I'm very grateful for the time I had to get to know them and bond with them, so yeah.
So normally on a locket, you have a cover. There's normally a front. Are you smiling? What's happened to it?
I am very fidgety. So if I was, I don't know, talking to someone or whatever, I'd be like fidgeting with the locket, and I think I might have weakened the hinges because I was out for a drink with one of my friends.
Okay.
And when I got back to my flat, I noticed that it had fallen off. And I was, like, searching the streets with the torch on my phone, and it was raining, and I was like, why?
Retracing your whole steps of the evening in the bid to try and find this.
Completely. Just devastating.
So what was your grandma like then?
She was just a very kind person. Sorry.
Okay.
So I lost her, like, 10 years ago. I got on very well with her. We were very similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And she was, I guess the reason why I'm so upset is because she was kind of the first sign of loss that I ever experienced. Kind of felt like that locket was my reassurance, I guess, and my security. So when I lost that, I was so devastated because it kind of almost felt like I was losing part of her again. I always felt like she was with me.
So wearing the locket was like a comfort?
Completely.
Oh, bless you. What would you like Richard to do to this?
If it was literally just for the cover, just so I can wear it again, I'd be beyond happy.
So how did the front of the locket look like? What did the detail look like on the top?
It was same colour, and it had kind of cross hatchings in it, kind of like a pineapple is the only way I can describe it, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense to me.
So what photos would you like to go in the locket?
So I've got two photos with me. This is my nana and my granddad.
Yeah.
So ideally that in one side.
Okay.
And then this is me and my nana when I was younger. So that on the other side.
I am really looking forward to getting started on this. Yeah. I've got a bit of a vision myself how it's actually going to look, so...
Cool.
If you can leave it with us,
okay,
and I will do my very best for you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for bringing it in.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
Thank
you take care now.
See you again soon.
Bye-bye. All right, you leave these with me, and I'll leave that with you.
You do the paperwork, I'll do the metal work.
Look at him, he's sharp, isn't he?
This is going to be a repair like pretty much no other. This is more of a replacement than a repair. 50% of the locket itself is missing, which means that I've got to replicate the other side. Now, if I was making this locket in the first place, I'd be making two perfect halves and then joining them together. What I've actually got to do here is make one half, but it's got to measure absolutely exactly the same as the other one. Otherwise, it's not going to close, and it's not going to be correct. The probably hard task is going to be the engraving that was on the front. Aisling recalls that it was like a lattice effect, almost like looking like a pineapple with lots of squares, which is going to be a job for Sam, the engraver. I'm going to start by making a frame that's going to fit around this rim here. And to do that, I'm going to take a piece of 9-carat gold, which is the same as the rest of the locket is made from. I'm just going to bend this up so it fits really tight around this little ridge here. It's just a matter of continuing to just give tiny, tiny little tweaks.
From Locket to lenticular, with all 3 images now clean, Lucia is ready to address the delaminated slats.
I'm using a starch paste, which I've made up myself from plain white organic flour and water. And you cook it and cook it and cook it, and then you let it cool and it goes quite jellified. It's a very strong glue. I just need to open the crack a little bit. I need to get all the glue inside. I worked in India, in Calcutta, or Kolkata as it's now called, for many years, in a museum there, on a collection of paintings, and as a result of that I got very fond of India. It was really fantastic. So I think that's probably going to be enough. This is my silicone release paper, so this means nothing's going to stick to this. I'll pop that over the top, and I've got 2 pieces of thin card, 1 on each side, and then I use a bulldog clip, so that's good. A lot of these to be getting on with, but I've got the gods on my side, so I hope they'll look upon me favourably. I've started the retouching stage where these slats have abraded the back surface. I'm using watercolour on this. It's the most sympathetic medium, and it also serves the purpose of drying very quickly. It's not a 5-minute job. You need quite a bit of time so you can get your eye in, and then once that's there, you really sail into it. What Ganesh has done when he was making this is actually use an adhesive to keep the slats in position, and it was fracturing all the way along, and so all the slats have actually started to move. So now I'm going to actually take it apart a little bit further than I'd anticipated. I need to restore these slats into position. So what I'm going to do is use a PVA glue. I'm going to put 4 little dots of the adhesive along each of these slat lines. I have to work very quickly because by the time I get down here, that is going to have nearly dried. Wish me luck. So 4 little dots on that one, and then I'll keep going. I'm going to put this directly on there. It's a little bit of fiddling because it's a really tight, snug fit. So now I have to start positioning them. It's very tricky. The slats are really quite bendy and they don't want to stay. Tricky work. Right, it's worked on some of them, and I'm just going to have to just go over them again as best I can.
Do you know more than I do about what's coming in?
I do, but I know that you're going to love it.
Erica Griggs has brought a memento of a happy childhood in rural Devon. It's a task for the barn's resident optics expert, Richard Biggs.
Hi there, you okay?
Hello. Hello there.
Nice
Hi.
to meet you.
I've brought you some binoculars to have a look at.
Oh, look at those.
That's why I'm here. Right, okay. Right.
Where did these come from?
They were a birthday present from my dad when I was 7, because I was interested in bird watching. And he went out and found me a pair of second-hand binoculars.
As a 7-year-old kid, what got you into bird watching?
We lived in the countryside. We had a lot of birds around us. I loved being in the garden with my dad. So the birds were just there, and I just loved them. I loved listening to them, seeing them. They were wonderful. He took me bird watching on trips on the Tean estuary, and it's where I saw my first kingfisher on the River Tean, and that was with my binoculars.
With these?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I love how much you're smiling. You've obviously got so many happy memories with these binoculars.
And they are happy. You know, they're all very happy memories. For my dad, he was such a lovely man, and he died when I was 20, which was a great shock to all of us. He had a heart attack.
What was Dad's name?
He was called Eric. I would never, ever get rid of them because they were something from my dad. They've just been everywhere with me, everywhere I've ever lived. They've always been on the side, so I see them and I see my dad.
Oh.
I used them until I was probably in my early teens, probably.
Okay.
And I think they gave up the ghost then. Have a look.
Try and see a make to start with. I think they're probably French.
Oh.
Perhaps 1910, 1915.
What are you hoping Richard's able to do to them?
I'd love to be able to use them again. I'd love for some of the old patinas to be maintained. The leather here is all gone, and the straps are broken.
Challenge accepted. There you go.
Yeah, okay, we can deal with that.
It's something I'd like to do for my dad, because he did so much for us.
Right.
If Richard's able to get these working again,
Yes.
what will their first outing be?
My back garden.
Perfect.
Yes.
Are there lots of birds in the back
Oh,
garden?
we've got lots. I think at the last count there were 45 varieties I've managed to spot.
Oh, wow.
I've got a grandson and a granddaughter, and hopefully they'll be the first ones to look at the birds that we've got. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, leave them with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Erica. It's been lovely to meet you.
It's been lovely meeting you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
First impression, it's a really poor, grubby image because the prisms are so filthy. There are 4 prisms in each binocular, 2 each side, and all they do is take the optical light round quite a convoluted path and out through the eyepiece. The covering has dried out and, yeah, it's just coming off. So that's all got to come off, and then I can make up a pattern and put some new covering on. Yeah, get all this off, get the covers off, get the prisms out, clean them, polish them, they'll sparkle again. So let's get these front lenses out of the way. It's nice that they're coming unscrewed quite easy. So there's the little clamp which is holding the prism in place. Gee, come on. The last thing I need to do now is slip and go crashing into the prism and take a great lump out of it. Prisms do chip easily. Oh gosh, they've cemented the prism in as well. I've got to somehow get this glue out that they've used. This is going to take some time. Got to be very careful not to damage the glass.
now made up the frame, which is the first part of the door for Ashlyn's locket. I've just got getting that to fit over the rim, and then this should click nicely. There. And that little click sound to a goldsmith is like bird song. It's the most beautiful sound in the world. So that means that that is fitting nice and tight. And now what I've got to do is create the domed part. So now I've got the oval disc of gold. So I'm just going to drop it into my doming block. And when it comes to doming itself, it's important to use a bouncing hammer action so it doesn't create any flat spots in the metal. And for that, I just hold it really, really tightly in my hand, just hovering above the metal. And then as I hit, the punch each time is returning instead of whacking down onto it. The dome's starting to form beautifully. Just got to continue. So now I've got the oval piece domed, I need to tap down either side so all of the circumference touches a flat area. Otherwise, when I come to offer it up to the frame, it's not going to match. But here goes. When doing this, sometimes you're unfortunate enough to just catch the end of your fingertip with the hammer. But believe me, once you've done it, it doesn't happen often thereafter. Got the dome made up now. Got the frame. Now I've just got to join these two together. And to do that, I'm going to solder all the way around the join. And there, that's flowed round perfectly. I just need to file all the way around the edges, remove any of the excess solder, and then I've got to make a new hinge. Then it'll be time to hand it over to Sam so she can do her magical engraving.
With the new front complete, Richard is relying on experienced engraver Sam Marsden to create the pineapple-like effect.
I'm using some jeweler's cement. It kind of melts into like a bit of a plastic, gooey mess, but when it cools down, it hardens and it holds the job really firmly without damaging it at all. I think I know what Rich Nashling meant about the pineapple effect. It is quite a traditional engraver's effect, and I think it's going to work really nicely on this locket. I'm going to put some modelling clay onto the surface of the locket. Just puts like a greasy film over the top, which I can then use my pencil to draw over. So I'm going to do it by eye to start with. Just roughly working out the centre line. I'm just going to use my dividers to check that I've got the centre. It's funny, actually, I've been doing this for so long. Yep. That's spot on. I'm now going to scribe it down with my steel point, which will leave a fine scratch on the surface, which is then ready for me to start engraving. Right. It never goes away, the nervousness of when you first put your graver onto metal. After all these years, I still get a little bit of butterflies in my tummy. So first of all, I'm just going to put a fine line, just going over all the lines that I've done with my scriber. Once I've started, the nerves tend to die away a little bit, and I feel a little bit more comfortable. And then you just relax into it a little bit and get into a bit of a flow. So I'm just going to carry on now with this, and then after that I'll be ready to put a little bit more detail in.
While engraving gives Sam an inner calm, Lucia's spiritual restoration is now focused on the outer frame.
So I'm going to retouch the corners where the losses are, and I'm just using a straightforward black acrylic paint straight out of the tube so that your eye doesn't get drawn to them, because the smallest white area in a black area is going to draw your attention to it. So I'm going to leave this to dry, and then I'll be ready to refit the picture back into its frame.
When the lenticular arrived at the barn, its sacred images were masked by cobwebs and dirt. For Raj, the picture is a treasured reminder of both his mother, his grandfather, and their strong Hindu faith.
How you doing, Raj?
Hi there.
You all right?
Yeah, good.
Hi, Raj.
Yourselves?
Nice
Hi
to
there.
see you again.
So how you feeling?
Good, but really anticipating what it's turned out like. Yeah.
Oh.
You can do this one.
You ready to sit?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, yes. Oh. It's just so much more vibrant, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost a different picture, but it's just so much cleaner, so much clearer.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. For all the colours to just come out as they have,
Yeah.
it is stunning. You fix the chipping around the sides.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So what does the future hold for it now?
So now I'll put it somewhere where I can see it from all sides on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't stop looking at it, can you?
I can't. It's just, yeah, breathtaking. This is the first time I'm seeing it completely cleaned up and
Yeah.
as my grandfather intended it.
I wonder what your grandfather would have thought if he saw this.
Oh, I'm sure he'd be happy, and I'm sure Mum would love it as well.
She'd be proud of you, I think. What would her words have been to you?
Probably Chan Solskar Killer. You've done a good thing.
Yeah. And do you feel that? Do you feel that you've done a good thing?
Yeah, I do.
Well, thank you for bringing this in.
Thank you. I can take it?
Yeah, sure. Let's take home, man.
Superb. I can't thank you enough, Lucia.
Oh,
Thank you so
enjoy
much.
for generations to
Thank
come.
you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Take care now.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, bless him.
Being able to see the changing picture as you move from side to side just makes me aware that all you have to do is change your perspective a little bit and you'll see something stunning. It just encapsulates the Hindu faith beautifully.
After delicately prizing away old glue, Richard has managed to extract the 4 prisms from the 100-year-old binoculars without scratching them.
They're going to need cleaning, and I'm going to have to use a bit of solvent. So I'm going to use a tiny bit of methylated spirits just to polish the grease off. Oh, that looks better. So let me try and get that in without touching it. My fingers mustn't come over onto the polished surface and leave fingerprints. And then give it a gentle nudge. They can, if you're not careful, be caught up on a lip, and that throws the alignment out, so they've got to go in really properly. Most of these screws are only about 2 millimeters across, and they're very fine, and if you start them off incorrectly, they then jam. There, it's gone. That's got it. Okay. Prisms in. 3 more to do. Front lenses going in next. I've actually given these front lenses a bit of a clean inside and out, again with a bit of meths and then a polishing cloth. So, lenses in. Got to reassemble the focusing. What I've noticed is that these are a bit too loose in their tubes. What I want to do is put a sleeve just to take up a little bit of that space. I've done some pretty good trips bird watching. I did a month in Scotland and golden eagles and white-tailed eagles. We've got about 114 species in the month, but I've never seen a crane. That's on my bucket list. So I've now got to cover the bodywork with the new leather. The glue's got to be fairly thin because I don't want it to be lumpy. I want to keep it looking good. Before it gets too sticky, smooth it down a bit. Right, this is where it gets important to start it off right. If I don't get it into the right place the first time, it could be a nuisance. That goes there and there. That comes round onto there. That didn't quite get in the right place. Quick, quick, quick. And that's gone on, that's nice. You've got to push quite hard to... where's the other screw? Want another one? That will go in there. Now, start. Come on, start. So with the 2 screws, that plate won't move. And that's the top of one side. And the covering, I've now got to mirror it on the other side before assembling the focusing unit on top. It's coming along well.
Sam has done the most fantastic job engraving the pattern and the words on this locket. All I need to now do is put the photos in and get this back to Aisling. I'm really looking forward to Aisling's reaction when she finally sees this. Hopefully it's how she remembers it.
The locket was given to Aisling by her grandparents, and its presence around her neck had provided a source of solace.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I'm Will.
Nice to meet you. I'm Aisling.
Welcome back.
Good to be back.
You look very excited.
I am a bit nervous. I don't really know what to expect.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready to see it.
Ready as you're ever going to be?
Yeah, as I'm ever going to be. my gosh. That's amazing. It looks so similar to how it looked before. I honestly just don't know how you managed to do that. I kind of thought I was setting you up for an impossible task. I couldn't really fathom what you had to do to be able to fix it.
Well, Sam was responsible for doing the beautiful engraving on it.
Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Honestly, it's amazing. I'm lost for words. That never happens. Like, never happens. I'm, like, blown away.
Should pick it up.
Have a look.
Feel it.
Can I? This is amazing. Thank you so much.
I think you should try it on.
Yeah, I will try.
Definitely. Would you like some help?
Yeah, please. Thank you.
OK, here we go.
It feels the same. It's just... Thank you so much.
Hey.
It's just like, I guess a reminder that the ones you lose are kind of still with you, you know?
It's really lovely to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Thank you
been a
so
pleasure.
much.
Thanks a lot. Safe trip.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
I was emotional when I put it on because it had been over a year, like, since I'd worn it in its kind of fullest, and I didn't realise how much I missed it. It feels right, it feels very comfortable. I have the sense of security, just feeling the weight of it around my neck that I had before. This isn't going to come off, it's going to be with me at all times, just like it was before.
Richard has the finishing post in sight. The binoculars are almost ready to be reunited with their owner.
All that's left is to actually reassemble the eyepieces. They've got to go in and on that centre boss. That one's going in. Then the last thing is this. It's a copper washer and a tiny screw. Oh, what I've forgotten is I must put a tiny bit of thread adhesive in the hole. So this has to go on the thread of the screw. So that adhesive is going to set, but if somebody later wants to take it apart, they can. So it's not like a super glue that goes solid. I got an old leather strap, not that old, but a strap that will be well in keeping with the age and character of this, so I'll get that fitted. Strange looking at an old pair of binoculars like this, because they've got Erica's memories built into them. Her father bought them for her, her father touched them. They're just obviously very special.
A combination of grime and wear and tear appear to have put an end to their bird-watching days. Now Erica has returned, hopeful that the binoculars are ready to be used in memory of her beloved father.
This is the good bit, isn't it?
This is the good bit. Are they working?
Yeah.
Did you have to think about that?
Well, they're very old.
Okay.
Older than me.
Really?
Really.
Did they make stuff before you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm not talking to you anymore then. Hello.
Hello, Richard.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, yes.
Big smile.
Yes, I'm dying to see them. I'm really excited.
Oh, bless her.
If I can see some birds, I'll be delighted.
You notice how she looked at you when she said that? She wants to see through them, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think I will?
Should we unwrap them? Come on.
Do you want to see them?
Yes.
Oh, bless her.
Oh. I said I wasn't going to cry. Beautiful. They are fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. They just look so lovely. You know, they don't look brand new.
No.
Which is exactly what I wanted.
Right.
Because they've got the history and
Yeah.
all the thoughts and the memories, and that's all still there. They're just perfect.
Oh, bless you.
Can we look through them?
Of course you can. If you look that way, it's a bit of a distance that way.
Oh, it's amazing.
I'm in suspense. Are they working?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. How's that feel looking through them there?
It brings back memories, and
Yeah.
it's just so nice. My dad would have been so pleased. He'd have loved everything you do. And look, I've got a strap, so I don't drop them.
So what are you going to do with them now?
I'm going to take them home, and I'm going to sit in my garden and watch some birds.
Okay.
Yes. And then when the time's right, I'll give them to my other parts of my family.
You pass them on, yeah.
Pass them on, yeah. Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jay.
It's been fun. Been fun working on them.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, thank
Bye-bye.
you. I just can't believe how beautiful they look. They're far more powerful than I remember. You know, you can actually see things. Before it was a big blur. I can't wait to get them home to see some birds through them.